Good afternoon, it's Rebecca Miller, the Skin Whisperer, and thank you for joining me heading into week 3 of the skincare experiment number 3. And this is a little experiment with a difference. So what I'm actually doing is going inside and having a full skin, gut and body transformational experiment, healing myself from the inside, my gut. Unfortunately, over the last 6 months, for anyone that's just joining us, I've lost my way and have created some dreadful habits which has impacted on my health and well-being. So I've taken the plunge and I have started this experiment 2 weeks ago, and what an amazing experiment it's been. I'm learning so much, and I'm loving that I get to share my journey with so many women that I know feel exactly the same way, where you just cannot get back on the wagon. And that's what happened to me for 6 months. I just sort of lost my way. I wasn't taking care of myself. My self-love was out the window, but I was emotionally eating, which is not good. And it's been an enlightening 2 weeks so far. So first week, I obviously had to go through a lot of detox because I have given up sugar, I've given up coffee, I've given up processed foods and processed carbohydrates. And so I did actually have massive headaches. It was quite horrendous. But last Saturday, my world changed and I started to see the light. So another week in, and it's been absolutely amazing. I've been really, really surprised at the amount of energy that I've had. So the great thing about this experiment is that I am learning a lot about foods and what foods actually will give my body exactly what it needs to function properly. When that happens, obviously we're going to see, skin health improve, my brain health improve, my immune system, my energy levels, my weight. This is not a weight loss challenge, but obviously as a natural consequence of me eating only whole foods, at this point I have lost about 3.5 kilos, which is amazing because it's the first time I've eaten healthy, that I haven't been hungry, and I haven't been tired, and it's just been amazing. I really, really loved that part of it. I've had a lot of energy. So that's probably one of the best things that I've got out of this. But one of the things that I have had to go and do is actually heal my gut. So what does that mean? I know that we hear about leaky gut or gut dysbiosis, which is the technical name. What that means is the intestinal permeability. And what happens is, if we have a problem with that, is that our undigested foods and waste actually go straight into our bloodstream, causing inflammation in the body. And this shows up in a lot of different areas, whether it be rosacea, eczema, dermatitis, acne. There's also autoimmune diseases. That's where our body turns on ourselves. There's so many different ways that it can show up in the body. So what we need to do is make sure we have our intestinal health really, really as healthy as it can be. As I said to you, that lining healed. So I've had to start incorporating bone broth. And what that does is, bone broth produces collagen, which is a protein, amino acids, and it goes in and it actually starts to heal the lining in my intestines. And I can feel that it's already happening. I've been having 2 of those drinks per day for the last 2 weeks. I'm not feeling any bloatingness at all, and obviously I'm getting my nutrients because I am feeling so much energy. My head is so clear. I feel like I've nearly got a photographic memory. It's phenomenal. So just wanted to explain a little bit about the gut health, because the thing is, if you do have gut dysbiosis or leaky gut, it doesn't matter how clean you're eating, you will have a problem. So we sometimes need to go back and heal our gut. So I know there's a lot of women out there that'll say, oh, I've been eating so well for about 8 weeks, but I haven't lost any weight, or I don't feel any different. And this could be why, is that you might have a little bit of leaky gut. There is tests that you can go and have done with the doctors, but knowing the Western diet that is fast, processed, packaged, it does damage. So for those women that are maybe struggling, maybe it's time to introduce some bone broth And how I've been taking bone broth is I've been having 2 drinks per day, one around morning tea time and one in the afternoon, and I find it quite nice. Now, this is something that you can actually do yourself. I know for me personally, if I actually made my bone broth at home, I wouldn't drink it because it would turn me off, because that's, you know, my belly can be a little bit funny with things like that. So I will share with you. Just send a message if you would like to know the bone broth that I'm using, and I'll send out to you what I'm using. And it's been wonderful. I haven't found it to be, you know, a taste that I didn't like. I have a lot of clients that said that they've tried bone broth and they've actually not liked it. Well, I haven't had a problem with it. I actually quite like it. The girls are all using it here at work as well, and everybody's liking it. It's like we're having like a soup through the day. So that's the bone broth, and also our pre and probiotics, obviously, that we need to feed you know, our bacteria that's there, but also produce more. It's so important because, as I've said before, beauty does come from within, and I know I said it before as well, that 80% of our immunity does come from our gut, so we need to take care of our gut. And most, you know, when we become unwell, our skin's playing up, you know, normally we can really relate it back to being about the gut. And if we can just eat more whole foods, lots of water, bone broths, pre and probiotics, and things that are going to just keep us really, really healthy. So obviously I have my diet plan, I've actually released that on Sunday night, and I think we've sent it out to around about 150 ladies so far. It's a very simple, easy eating plan. It's not a diet, eating plan of whole foods that anybody can incorporate. And just how fabulous that I feel. So I feel that I wanted to share it. I will have the week 2 available in the next couple of days. So please, there again, if this is something that interests you, just put a little comment or message me, and I can send this out to you, as I really want to share all my learnings and everything that I'm experiencing in this experiment to be able to help as many women as I can. So another thing that's this week, I've actually, for the first time, been able to have a big treatment on my skin, a CIT. What that is collagen induction therapy. Since the first experiment, Skincare Experiment 1, my skin obviously has not been healthy enough to have any kind of, you know, treatment that, you know, my skin hasn't been healthy enough to have any of these big treatments. So the great thing about collagen induction therapy is that we actually stimulating collagen and elastin, and from about the age of 19 we start to lose our collagen. So being able to go over the skin with a micro needling pen, and what it does is it sort of tricks the skin into thinking that there's been a wound. And we know when we get a wound and how it heals on our hands, and it's sort of exactly the same with the skin. What that does is stimulates growth factors into the skin, which produce collagen and elastin, which makes our skin, you know, great for fine lines and wrinkles, but great for all over skin health. And that's what I really love about this treatment. I am quite red under here, under this makeup that I've got on there today, a little bit peely, but I can't wait to share the results with you. As I said before, with this experiment, we've got a lot of documentation all the way through, and my skin being one of those, because obviously I'm bringing it back to health as well. Unfortunately, when your diet is full of things that you shouldn't be eating, you will see inflammation on your skin, and I definitely saw that. I would get puffy eyes, and you know, my skin just wasn't, you know, a few little breakouts, just wasn't functioning as well as it should have been, especially using exceptional skincare. So I've been using Dermavigils, and it's a corneotherapeutic product, which means that I'm giving my skin exactly what it needs to function properly. It's physiologically compatible. So it's been awesome that I can get back in and use a full regime, and that consists of a cleanser, a hydrating lotion, a great serum. And the great thing about the Dermavigil serums is that we can actually customize them. So I think I've got like 4 or 5 amazing things in my serum that we can target different things, that it's just customized just for me. So that's what I really love about it. Also, customized moisturizer. It's a couple of ingredients that I'm definitely using at the moment are vitamin A and vitamin C. These are our great antioxidants. They help with cellular turnover. They help with cell health. These two ingredients are definitely our anti-aging ingredients and what we need to be on, to help with the collagen and elastin and how good a quality that is in our skin. So loving that I'm back on these, high potent ingredients that are great for anti-aging. And then always my SPF. We always have to make sure that we're using our SPF. Now we do need to make sure that we get a little bit of sun, and even with an SPF on, you will be getting enough vitamin D, but it is crucial. And to be honest with you, I do actually take vitamin D as a supplement just to make sure that I am getting enough vitamin D. It's amazing in Australia that we do see a vitamin D deficiency considering we live in the sun country, but that's because a lot of people are sort of staying inside now, but also maybe overdoing the SPF as well a little bit. So just be aware of that. If you do have a vitamin D deficiency, it does show up as, you're quite low, your energy's low. It has been misdiagnosed with doctors before as depression. So if you are feeling a bit blue, it could be that you just need a little bit of vitamin D. So jump out and have a little walk with the girls, or go and maybe take a supplement. So it's been a great week so far. I've also managed to be able to, I've exercised every day, whether it be go for a bike ride with my kids. There's been a day that I've listened to a beautiful podcast and went for an 8-kilometre walk. I've done weights because obviously we're trying to increase my metabolism and obviously tone my body as well. And the great thing about when you do weights is that your muscles and your body still burning fat after you've actually been to the gym. So yeah, it's been lots of learning. I introduced my trainer Jane in a live today on Facebook, and she's been amazing. She's my accountability partner as far as my training goes. While I go through this experiment, something that I would definitely recommend if you have an accountability partner that just keeps you accountable for making sure you get to the gym when you say you're going to do it. When you are forming these habits, it takes around 30 days to form beautiful habits. So you're not going to go to the gym for a week and see a difference. You need to keep it, at least 30 days and make it a lifestyle change. So if you're getting up early and going to the gym and you don't feel like it, just push on, make yourself do it, and those little changes, those little habits, the bad habits that we form, can be reversed, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So there's not been a day so far in the experiment that I haven't been out of bed at 5 o'clock doing my morning ritual, which includes just some me time before I conquer the world, and that includes meditation, some visualization. I do some scribing, and it's just an awesome way to start my day. And then I go off and exercise. So if you guys want to know anything about my morning rituals at all, please reach out. This experiment is to show, just to show women that, that we can, when we do go, bad habits, we create bad habits, that we just need to jump back on the bandwagon as quick as we can. We're always going to go back to default, but just to how quickly we can come back. And just remember that habits take about 30 days to form, and then you're in that, created that great habit. You're not going to, you're going to the gym each day, or you're eating the right foods. It does take commitment and discipline, and the more that you do it, the more that your body's going to love it. I can't believe how amazing I feel, and I love that I get to share this experiment with the world, really. So until next week 3, going into week 4, I'm Rebecca Miller, the Skin Whisperer, and I hope you all have a fantastic week.